What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in this week. Today's topic is going to be rather interesting, I think. It's going to require us to kind of evaluate ourselves and our lives, maybe look introspectively at stuff that we do. Um, so, if you're interested to find out what it's regarding, please stay tuned. Let's get into it. All right, so today's topic actually stems from another meme that I saw on social media, and it was regarding control, like what we as human beings can control and what we can't control. So, first, I want to show you the meme. I want to go through it together, and then I want to break it down and kind of unpack it a little bit. So, check this meme out. It says, what I can control and what I can't. In my control, my boundaries, my thoughts and actions, the goals I set, what I give my energy to, how I speak to myself, and how I handle challenges. And then out of my control, the past, the future, the actions of others, the opinions of others, what happens around me, what other people think of me, the outcome of my efforts, and how others take care of themselves. Now, when I saw this, I thought to myself, wow, just a couple thoughts on the stuff that's in our control. How we speak to ourselves is very, very true. We can control how we speak to ourselves, and oftentimes, a lot of us, when we make mistakes or fall short of something, we will put ourselves down. We'll tell ourselves that we're a failure, that we're a screw up, that we can't get anything right. We just we're just so miserable, and then we get depressed. We talk down to ourselves. Whatever the case may be, and you shouldn't do that, because we all make mistakes. We all fall short. I mean, we're all sinners. The difference between you making a mistake and not is the fact that you try to be better every single time. You learn from those mistakes so that you don't repeat the same mistake. So, but just because you fall short does not mean that you put yourself down. You were made in the image of God. You should, you shouldn't put yourself down. You shouldn't put yourself down. You shouldn't put others down. And then another one, how I handle challenges. Now, there are two types of people that deal with challenges. Some, when they see a challenge, they're kind of wipe their hands and throw their hands up and be like, I'm done. I quit. Like, I'm not doing this. Any sort of opposition, they will pull back and avoid. And others will see challenges as a way to better themselves, to grow, to become stronger. So they'll see challenges and they'll face them head on. They'll tackle them, and they'll take care of business. So a question to ask yourself is, what type of person are you? Are you the type of person that will throw the towel in and walk away whenever times get tough? Or are you the type that will actually buckle down and take care of business? So just some things to kind of consider. Now, when we move down to the stuff that's out of our control, we have the past and the future. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard this saying, but it's pretty common, I think. So if you haven't heard it, this is what it says basically. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. And today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. So oftentimes, we go through life and we try to change the past, whether it's a mistake that we made or something that we just think that we could have done better. We try to go back and change it, whether it's like something that we did that was wrong, like a mistake that we made, whether it's at the job, right? So then you get another job and then you work twice as hard, overcompensating the other direction to try to make up for the thing that you did that was bad in this other job. And quite frankly, is you can't change the past. What's done is done. What you can do that's within your control is you can learn from the past. You can learn from the mistake that you made, the trip up that happened, so that you don't repeat it. That's what's in your control, but you can't change the past. And oftentimes we try to do that. We try to change the past. And the same thing for the future. We do all of this stuff to try to prepare for the future. We'll put money away, we'll save, retirements and everything like that, which, please don't get me wrong, that's a good thing to do, to save for retirement or, put money away, be responsible. But a lot of us also will get tripped up on this, and we spend all our energy and we get consumed with saving for the future. I can't do this. I can't go on a trip here because I'm saving money for the future. I can't go on this expensive trip because I'm also saving for the future. I can't do this. I can't have fun because having fun will take my sights off of the future. And it's okay to save for the future, but don't get too bogged down with it that you forget to live in the present. Because tomorrow is not promised. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. It's good to plan for the future, but don't get so consumed by it that you forget to enjoy the moments that are happening now. Go on a trip. If you have the money and the finances and the resources, take a trip. Enjoy life, because, as I said, tomorrow is not promised. We don't know what's going to happen. So just find a balance between the two. Another one I want to touch on is the actions of others. Oftentimes, us also as individuals, we try to control the actions of others. We will try to make people behave a certain way, and that's just not the case. You can't do that. The only thing that you can control is the actions of yourself. You can't control the actions of others. As much as you like to think that you can't. So if we can stop spending our energy trying to make people change, it's not our job. It's God's job to change people. He works on them on the inside. We can suggest to people maybe a better way to behave or a better way to act, but we can't make them change. That's not our job. And we spend all this time trying to make them change, and it's a lot of wasted time and energy. Another two, the opinions of others and what other people think of me. Those kind of go hand in hand, because the opinions of others, a lot of us also try to people please. We try to do everything to make others happy, and you can't please everybody. You just can't. There is going to be somebody that is going to be unhappy. And if you realize that you can't please everybody and you stop trying to please everybody, I think you'd be a lot better off. You'd be a lot less stressed and a lot less frazzled, and you'd spend actually more time enjoying life. And again, what other people think of me. You're going to have haters. Everybody's going to have haters. Jesus had haters, so much so that he got crucified. So you're going to have haters, but how you respond to these haters and how you spend your time focusing on the people that don't like you, no. Surround yourself with good people, good Christian people. Read the Bible, pray, and also focus on those that are not haters, that actually support you. That's crucial. So don't focus on the haters. There's always going to be haters out there. There's people that are going to take what you say and try to twist your words and make it sound like something that you didn't say and misconstrue things. Don't focus on that. Don't dwell on that. Shake it off. Move on. What happens around me, that's another one. So you cannot control what happens around you, but you can control the environment that you're in. Now, I'm going to set an example. Say, supposing you're invited to a party, that you know that there is going to be alcohol, and you know that this party that you're invited to, normally there's a lot of rowdiness that happens once people start drinking. Now, keep in mind, not all parties that have alcohol, do this, but for this example, you know that this party that you were invited to actually, gets rowdy and gets kind of out of control. So your actions, the stuff that you can control, is one, you can decide to not go to this party so that you're not in that environment. Or if you do go to the party, you can decide not to participate in the alcohol and everything like that, but you'd be in that environment. And, you can't control what happens in that environment. So you can control whether you're in a certain environment. Now, keep in mind, that's only one example. There's, many other examples. I mean, you could be out shopping and you could see something happen, something bad happens, somebody purse gets stolen or something like that, a shoplifter, whatever. You can't control the actions of others. You can only control how you respond to a certain situation and your own actions. So, but we oftentimes try to control what happens around us, and a lot of, again, wasted energy and time. Then the outcome of my efforts. So the outcome of my efforts, some of you might be thinking, now wait a minute, that's something I can control, because what about if I pay my electric bill, or I pay my mortgage, or I pay my car loan? If I pay my bills, then my electricity doesn't get shut off, my car doesn't get repossessed, and I don't lose my house. So I can control the outcome. You can control the actions of what to do. So you paying your bills, that's an action. The definition of effort is a vigorous or determined attempt. It's an attempt. It hasn't actually happened yet. It hasn't become an action yet. It's an attempt. You are trying to accomplish this. Once you've actually accomplished it, it's become an action. So I'm going to attempt to pay my electric bill. Doesn't mean that you have actually paid your electric bill. Once you've paid it, it's now become an action. You've actually paid your electric bill, so now your electricity doesn't get turned off. And same for the mortgage and the car. The only thing you can control is the money that you have and where you put it. The effort that you put behind it, the attempt that you put behind it, that's all it is an attempt. So just kind of keep that in mind. And how others take care of themselves. Now, you've seen a lot of people always try to push for either others to eat healthier and exercise more and do all of these things. Doctors will prescribe all of this stuff, and just even other people, just friends, you need to eat better, you need to have a better lifestyle, you need to stop drinking this, you need to stop doing this. And yes, the intentions are good, but you can't control how other people take care of themselves. Again, it goes back to, the actions of others. You can suggest to other people, this might be a better way to help you live longer, but you can't control if they're actually going to do that. That's up to them. And oftentimes, we don't come at it from that viewpoint or that angle. We actually come at it more of a, you need to change, and you need to change now. And it's a lot of talking at a wall, because that doesn't work, coming at it like that. You have to be more tactful the way you approach other people, and you have to think of it more of a suggest to other people rather than demand that they change. Because a suggestion and saying, hey, maybe consider eating less of this and eating more of this, because this tastes good too, and this is kind of like a healthier alternative. that would actually make people more receptive and respond better to your suggestion. But again, it's still up to them to actually change and make the effort and put in the work. That's not up to you. You're only responsible for you. So I hope this kind of helps us understand a little bit more of the difference between what we can control and what we can't, because the stuff that's not in our control, all of these things, actions of others, opinions of others, what happens around me, all of these things, if we stop trying to put all our energy at this stuff and focus more on what we can control, my thoughts and actions, what I decide to think about and what I decide to act on and respond to, my boundaries, my rules and limitations of what I'm going to say. Hey, that's a line, don't cross that line. You can set boundaries, and what you decide to invest in, put your time into, that kind of stuff. If we focus more on that and less on what's not in our control, I think it's not only going to be time much better spent and energy much better spent, but also a lot less stress, because now we're not going against stuff or fighting against stuff that we can't control. So I hope this helps kind of clarify some things. If it does, please comment below and let me know. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and get the word out. Maybe more people will kind of see this and hopefully understand a little bit more about the difference between what we can control and what we can't. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, God loves you, and I will see you guys next week.